So the labels may contain the sequence number according to their order. Like here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No 7 is there. Okay, so 2 5s are there and 2 6s. Okay, so these are the number of order or order number, and has to indicate concurrency. Now here the sequence number here, number 1, it is lookup. Here there are 3 objects: user, catalog, and reservation. It is the first interaction, then the second interaction, then the third interaction, then fourth one. And see here we can see 2 5, 2 5. Okay, why both of them numbered as 5? Because it indicates that these messages are passing from one object to another object at the same time, or they are in the same time sequence, and they are happening at the same time. Okay, so to show that both of them are happening within the same time, they will be numbered as the same number, that is 5. Similarly here 6, both of them are 6. The last two messages, they are numbered as 6, so they are also occurring at the same time. Okay, so to show the messages which are occurring at the same time, we'll give them same numbers. Okay, next one, this messages, this sequence diagram you have already seen in the as the example, the first example. Okay, here caller, phone, and the recipient. I hope you can remember. Now here in this picture I have shown the activation point by the rectangles. Okay, now like the previous example, it is numbered as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, like that. Okay, I'm sorry, this should be 5 and this should be 6. Okay, now I hope I don't have to explain this once again, because it is actually picks up the phone, caller picks up them from the phone. The caller will listen the dial tone. After that he will dial. After that the ringing notification will go from phone to the caller, and the phone to the recipient. There will be a ring. Okay, and the recipient will pick up the phone, it is number 5, and then number 6, the recipient will say hello to the caller, and by this way it will be going on. Okay, so this is all about the sequence diagram. Now we are going to discuss the collaboration diagram. A collaboration diagram, also known as the communication diagram, as we have seen in the diagram chart. Okay, it is an illustration of the relationships and interactions among software objects in the unified modeling language, or UML. These diagrams can be used to portray the dynamic behavior of a particular use case and define the role of each object. Collaboration diagrams are created by first identifying the structural elements required to carry out the functionality of an interaction. A model is then built using the relationships between those elements. Several vendors offer software for creating and editing collaboration diagrams. Now here you can see the example of collaboration diagram. It shows the relationship between objects and the order of messages passed between them. How they will show the order? By the numbers 1 2 3. Here you can see 1 2 3. Okay, user, reservation, and catalog, these are the objects. The objects are listed as rectangles, and arrows indicate the messages being passed. So here you can see the arrows. Okay, it will indicate from which object to which object the messages are passing. Okay, and the numbers indicate the order of sending those messages, as well as these rectangles 1 2 3, these three rectangles are representing the three objects. Okay, the number next to the message are called sequence number. They show the sequence of the messages as they are passed between the objects. Convey the same information as sequence diagram, but focus on object roles instead of the time sequence. Okay, so here the object role will be focused more than the sequence diagram. Okay, where the time sequence is the main, we emphasize on the mainly on time sequence in sequence diagram. Okay, next, just check the same example of the sequence diagram. What we have discussed here, it will be 5 and then it will be 6. Okay, as we have seen. So here caller, phone and recipient, those three objects. See here the number sequence. So it is the main thing for the sequence diagram. Now if we convert this into the collaboration diagram, just check, in the previous sequence diagram there were caller, phone and recipient, so three objects were there. Now we will draw three objects by three rectangles. Okay, now after that we have to check the starting point. So caller will start the sequence, so it is the starting point. Okay, right. Now after this we'll just give the sequence numbers here. um, After starting, first is picks up, then number 2 dial tone, then number 3 dial, then number 4 ring notification. It is going from phone to caller. Okay, number 3 caller to phone, that is dial. Number 4 ring, that is phone to recipient. After dialing, that is number 3, the ring will go to recipient, and ring notification at number 4 will go to caller. See, both of them are numbered as 4. Okay, like the sequence diagram. And then after that it will be hello. Okay, before that recipient, from the phone there will be another one, that is recipient will picks up the phone. Okay, recipient will picks up the phone. um, Please excuse my writing, right, like this previous. Yeah, picks up that number 5. Okay, so here at number 5 it will be picks up, and that will be from receiver to phone. Okay, right. And after that at number 6 there will be hello, right, and that will be from recipient to caller. Okay, by this way the collaboration diagram is drawn, right. So here 4, and then it will be 5, as it will be 6. So this hello is 6, and at number 5 there will be picks up. Okay, picks up. I hope you can understand. At number 1, caller to phone picks up. Okay, just here in this collaboration diagram also just check, picks up is there at number 1. After that here number 2 dial tone from phone to caller, here also dial tone from phone to caller. Okay, then number 3 dial from caller to phone, number 3 dial from caller to phone in collaboration diagram also. Then at number 4 it is ring notification from phone to caller. Just check, phone to caller it is ring notification, and phone to recipient it is ring. So phone to recipient it is ring at number 4. Again at number 5 phone to recipient picks up at number 5, as I have seen, I have shown here, that is recipient to phone, that is picks up. And at number 6 recipient to caller, that is hello, and here also recipient to caller, that is hello. Okay, so sequence diagram and collaboration diagram shows the same thing. Okay, one, that sequence diagram emphasizes on the time sequence, and here it shows it emphasizes on the object interaction. Okay, but the time sequence should be maintained on they are same in both the diagrams. Okay, so now you can have questions like you once you have to convert the sequence diagram into collaboration diagram, or you may have to convert the collaboration diagram into sequence diagram, right? Now, when to use collaboration diagram? A collaboration diagram should be used when the relationships among objects are crucial to display. A few examples of instances where collaboration diagrams might be helpful include modeling collaboration, mechanisms of the structure organization within system design, providing an overview of collaborating objects within an object-oriented system, exhibiting many alternative scenarios for the same use case, demonstrating forward and reverse engineering, capturing the passages or passage of information between objects, visualizing the complex logic behind an operation. Now, collaboration diagram versus a sequence diagram. What is the differences? In UML, the two types of interaction diagrams are collaboration diagrams and sequence diagram, as we have seen. While both types use similar information, they display them in separate ways. Collaboration diagrams are used to visualize the structural organization of objects and their interactions, and sequence diagram, on the other hand, focus on the order of messages that flow between the objects. However, in most scenarios, a single figure is not sufficient in describing the behavior of a system, and both figures are required. Sorry. Now, coming to the last diagram of our discussion, that is the state diagram or state chart diagram. State diagram shows the sequence of states an object goes through during its life cycle in response to stimuli, together with its responses and actions, and abstraction of all possible behaviors. The name of the diagram itself clarifies the purpose of the diagram and other details. It describes different states of a component in the system. The states are specific to a component or object of a system. A state diagram describes a state machine. State machine can be defined as a machine which defines different states of an object, and these sorry, and these states are controlled by external or internal events. Activity diagrams explained in the in our next tutorial. Okay, before that, let us concentrate on this example, that is billing example. Okay, here in state chart diagram there should be 2 points, that is a start point and the end point. Start is symbolized by one circle only, okay, filled circle, and end is described by this two circles. Okay, next these unpaid and paid, these are the states. Okay, so first whenever invoice is created, then from start it is the state is unpaid. Okay, after paying, your invoice will be in a state of paid. Okay, and then invoice will be destroyed and you will get the money receipt. Okay, next, purpose of state chart diagrams. State chart diagram is one of the 5 UML diagrams used to model the dynamic nature of a system. They define different states of an object during its lifetime, and these states are changed by events. State chart diagrams are useful to model the reactive systems. Reactive systems can be defined as a system that responds to external or internal events. State chart diagram describes the flow of control from one state to another state. States are defined as a condition in which an object exists and it changes when some event is triggered. The most important purpose of state chart diagram is to model lifetime of an object from creation to termination. State chart diagrams are also used for forward and reverse engineering of a system. However, the main purpose is to model the reactive system. Now, these are the main purposes of using state chart diagrams: to model the dynamic aspects of a system, to model the lifetime of reactive system, to describe different states of an object during its lifetime, and to define a state machine to model the states of an object. Now, how to draw a state chart diagram? State chart diagram is used to describe the states of different objects in its life cycle. Emphasis is placed on the state changes upon some internal or external events. These states of objects are important to analyze and implement them accurately. State chart diagrams are very important for describing the states. States can be identified as the condition of the objects when a particular event occurs. Before drawing state chart diagram, we should clarify the following points: identifying the important objects to be analyzed, identifying the states, and identifying the events. So these three things you should remember first when you want to draw a state chart diagram. Now, this is an example of a state chart diagram of traffic light system. What we used to see while crossing the roads. So there are three types of usually there are three types of lights in the traffic signal, that is red, yellow, and green. Okay, here the red is not red actually, but in the real life it is red. Okay, the color is red. So here three states of the lights are red, yellow, and green, right? Now, at the beginning, when you are waiting to start at the signal, so that is start state. Okay, that is the red. Now, from red, after the car trips sensor, okay, maybe this red will be green, or sometimes you can see there is a timer. So after 180 seconds or 120 seconds will be over, then the red will automatically be in a state of green. Okay, so these are called the event. So when green will become red, green will not directly become red. When the green timer expires, if it is a fully automated system, and there is a timer, so green timer, when it will be expired, okay, then it will become yellow. After that, whenever this yellow timer will expire, then the yellow will become red. Okay, so and again when red timer will expire, then it will become green. Okay, so it will continue and there is no stop. Got it? So this is an example of state diagram. So there are three states: red, yellow, and green in the traffic signal. So it emphasizes on the state of a of an object or of a system. Okay, so these all regarding these three models or three diagrams, that is sequence diagram, another one is collaboration diagram, and the last one is the state chart diagram or state diagrams. These references are very useful. I have taken help from these references, and a few slides are also taken from these references. So you can, if you want to know more detail, you can go through these references. I think it will be helpful for you. So that's all from my part till now. If you want to get more videos or more tutorial, you can subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon. So thank you. And if you have any queries, please comment in the comment section. Thank you so much.